In Cummings' world, we've got a system of twinning just like you have. But here, Warwick isn't twinned with Saumur in the Loire Valley, it's twinned with Arundel in Sussex. And also, we've got a parallel system, a sort of buddying system, whereby some small places act as little landing stages for bigger places. It's like you can't visit the bigger place without first visiting the smaller place and getting yourself ready, mentally preparing yourself, getting dressed, so to speak. So just as you should never visit Bridgnorth without first having alighted at Claverley, or Stourbridge without having slid through Wollaston, or Ottery St Mary without having first dawdled a while in Otterton, never ever go to Bakewell without standing on the bridge and looking down at the ripples in the river in Ashford in the water. Look at those autumn colours, as crisply satisfying as the painted medieval saints on the wooden screen in the church. I think there should be more ecclesiastical fittings named after 70s science fiction comics of my youth. I'm going to go round the other side of the church in a minute and look for the Star-Lord font. I had the first 200 copies of 2000 AD in a cardboard box in the garage, and they were thrown away by my dad in the great electronic equipment and publications disaster of 1989. I had issue 1 with the free space spinner as well. The Maiden's Garlands of Ashford in the Water. Only the second time I've ever come across these, the first being Minsterley in Shropshire. They're funerary headdresses for virgins. The last one belonged to Elizabeth Bakewell, who is believed to have drowned in the river in 1801. So, let's brainstorm Bakewell. Make a Bakewell brainstorm. What you got?
Rutland Arms, River Wye, walking in the peaks, a mate's wedding up the road.
Yeah, the obvious tarts, massive fish in the river, a bridge full of keys, a stolen Spider-Man figure, and of course, dancing in Rowley's Fudge Pantry. The obvious tarts sound like a peel band, don't they? You know, and tomorrow night we got sessions from the obvious tarts and stolen Spider-Man figure. And very fine they are too. That sort of thing. This is a bit of alright, isn't it? Once again, what a privilege to be able to just amble in past these on your way to somewhere else equally interesting. This, by the way, was the site of the stolen Spider-Man figure, but in order to protect the names of the innocent, the story cannot be told. I'm surprised the levels of soft autumnal light aren't positively dangerous, because the light is soft and autumnal round here all year round. And as winter is to spring and day is to night, so defibrillator is to telephone. Close up, they look a bit skeletal, like skulls in a charnel house or a reliquary in a crypt, like the Paris catacombs, but for robots. And there are the huge fish of Bakewell. What kind of fish are they?
I don't know.
No, I don't either. A combined age of 90, and we can't identify these fish. Looks a bit Georgian to me. I might start saying that things look Georgian rather than Belgian. It has the same sort of duosyllabic comfort. Know what I mean? My son once performed an idiosyncratically brilliant dance routine inside Rowley's Fudge Pantry. How do you feel about the name Rowley's Fudge Pantry, Harris?
Christ knows.
Fair enough. Back in the 1990s, the shop behind me wasn't a bookshop, it was a charity shop. And I was footering around in amongst some of the trinkets, and I found some nice cufflinks. They had hummingbirds on them, they were green. And I took them to the counter, was about to pay my money, and the woman behind the counter said, "They're Chabochon." I said, "Pardon?" She said, "They're Chabochon." I said, "How much are they?" She said, "Chabochon." I said, "Yeah, and I'd like to buy them. How much are they?" She said, "They're $1.99, Chabochon." I said, "What do you mean?" She said, "Chabochon." I said, "What do you mean?" She said, "Cabochon." And the word became more mangled and distorted, and she became more angry with me. And I became angry. I didn't know whether I wanted the cufflinks anymore, and I ran out of the shop. Didn't have the internet in those days. I later found out that she meant cabochon, which is a type of gemmy sapphire-y thing. But really, for God's sake. I love this bridge. I love the way it concertinas out across into the river. And I love the shallow reflections of the Derbyshire sun that dapple its sides. King's Court's good, isn't it? All sumptuously sagging and tilting and sliding and inviting. I fell asleep in the wheat sheath one Saturday evening in 1998, and when I woke up, the people either side of me were asleep as well. Just thought you might want to picture it, spreading across the room like dominoes, or the beginning of a pandemic. I like the atmosphere of a covered town arcade when the shops are shutting. Reminds me of very early dreams from very early childhood. I always feel like I'm going to get locked in and found weeks later, starved and dead, like Injun Joe in Tom Sawyer.